Hey everyone! So you're stuck somewhere hot. The sun is trying to turn you into human jerky, and all you've got is a random pile of junk that looks like it fell off a truck. Perfect. Welcome to the most useful skill nobody teaches you: building shade structures from literally whatever you can find. Before we get started, check out the link in the description to download our ebook. I'm going to show you how to create life-saving shade using tarps. Random plastics, metal sheets, scrap wood, rope, and yes, even trash. Whether you're at a festival, camping in a place that has 0 trees, or just preparing for when your patio umbrella finally gives up on life, this video is for you. And before anyone asks, yes, this is the MacGyver episode of shade building. We're getting creative, weird, and resourceful. Let's go. First, let's talk about what makes a good shade structure. You need 3 things. 1. Something to block the sun. This is your shade material. Tarps are the gold standard, but don't sleep on plastic sheeting, old blankets, cardboard boxes flattened out, or even a collection of trash bags. I once saw someone use pizza boxes. Did it work? Yes. Did it smell weird after an hour? Also yes to support structure. You need something to hold your shade up. This could be trees, poles, made from scrap wood or metal pipes, PVC if you're lucky, or even stacked rocks. Get creative. I've used shopping carts, broken umbrellas with the fabric removed, and once, a very patient friend named Derek. 3. Attachment points. Rope, cordage, zip ties, duct tape, bungee cords, wire, strips of fabric, anything that can connect your shade to your supports. Pro tip: always keep paracord or rope in your car. It's like duct tape's adventurous cousin. Safety note: never use materials that are toxic or flammable near where you're cooking or sleeping. And always make sure your structure won't collapse on anyone. Let's start simple with the lean-to. This is your I need shade in 5 minutes option. What you need: 1 tarp or a large plastic sheet, rope, 2 anchor points. Step 1. Find 2 anchor points at different heights. This could be a tree and a fence post, 2 trees with a rock pile in between, or even your car's roof rack and a bush. The key is creating a slope so water runs off and wind flows over, not under. Step 2. Tie one edge of your tarp to the higher anchor point. Use a trucker's hitch, not if you're fancy, or just wrap it around 5 times and pray, if you're me, before I learned knots. Step 3. Pull the tarp down at an angle and secure the opposite edge to your lower anchor point. Pull it tight. A saggy tarp catches wind like a sail and will either fly away or collapse. Step 4. Stake down or weigh down the sides. Use rocks, logs, or bags filled with dirt. Wind will try to ruin your day, so don't skip this. Pro tip: angle your lean-to so the sun's path doesn't come underneath it at peak hours. Check where the sun is and where it's going. You're not building a sundial. You're building shade that actually works. This setup is perfect for quick coverage and uses minimal materials. Want shade on both sides? Enter the A-frame, aka the fancy camping tent of shade structures. What you need: 1 tarp, rope, and a ridgeline between 2 anchor points. Step 1. Tie a rope tightly between 2 trees, posts, or supports at about head height. This is your ridgeline. Make it taut. This rope is doing all the work. Step 2. Drape your tarp over the ridgeline so it hangs down evenly on both sides, forming a triangle shape when viewed from the end. Step 3. Stake out or weigh down all 4 corners, pulling them away from the center at 45-degree angles. You want tension pulling outward to create that nice A-frame shape. Step 4. If it's windy, add guy lines. Tie rope from the peak of the ridgeline to stakes in the ground on the windward side. This stops the whole thing from doing the wave. Scrap material hack: no tarp. Use multiple trash bags, split open, and duct tape together. I've done this. It looks like a disaster, but it works. You can also use flattened cardboard boxes if it's not going to rain, but good luck in any breeze. The A-frame gives you shade on both sides and better wind resistance than a lean-to. It's clutch for group hangouts or when you need a little shade village. This is your I'm here for a while and want a proper roof option. More work, but maximum shade payoff. What you need: tarp or large shade material for corner supports, rope. Step 1. Set up for supports at the corners. These could be poles stuck in the ground, stacked rocks and wood, or even those orange traffic cones if you find them abandoned. Make sure they're the same height, unless you want a wonky roof. Step 2. Stretch your tarp across the top of all 4 supports. This is easier with a friend or with the power of mild frustration. Step 3. Secure each corner to its support. Tie, clamp, zip tie, or use rocks if your supports are just stacks. The goal is keeping that tarp from sliding off. Step 4. Add a slight angle for water runoff by making one side slightly lower than the other. Even if rain isn't forecasted, trust me on this. Wind stability tips: guy out each corner with rope to ground stakes at 45-degree angles. Add a center pole or support if your tarp starts sagging. Use bungee cords at the attachment points so the structure can flex in wind instead of fighting it. Weight everything down. Hanging water bottles or bags of rocks from the supports add stability. Creative materials. Metal roofing sheets work great but can get hot. Angle them to reflect sun away from you. Old bed sheets are surprisingly decent if you double them up. I've even seen someone use a bunch of palm fronds woven together, which looked way cooler than any tarp. Alright, let's get weird with it. Here's how to level up your shade game using stuff most people would ignore. Natural materials, leafy branches propped against a frame, dried grass bundled together, reeds woven into mats. Indigenous peoples have been doing this forever, and they're way ahead of your Home Depot tarp. Layer them thick for better coverage. Trash treasure, billboards, old advertising banners, vinyl signs. These are basically indestructible tarps that companies throw away. Reflective emergency blankets can be layered with other materials for extra UV blocking. Plastic bottles cut and flattened can be woven together for makeshift panels. Metal sheets, got old corrugated metal? Congrats, you have premium shade material. Just be careful, metal gets hot. Use it as a top layer with air gap underneath, never as a wall you'll be touching. Also, wear gloves, because tetanus is not a vibe. Multi-layer strategy. The best shade structures have multiple layers with air gaps. Heat rises and escapes between layers instead of radiating down on you. If you have two tarps, space them 6 inches apart for way better cooling. Rope alternatives: no rope. Use strips of fabric from old clothes, plastic bags twisted into cordage, wire from old electronics, or even vines if you're feeling absolutely primal about it. Stability in serious wind. Dig your supports into the ground at least a foot deep. Bury horizontal deadmen, anchors logs or bundles of sticks tied perpendicular to your guy lines and buried to create anchor points. DD weight to everything. Build low to the ground if the wind is really howling. Maximizing coverage, angle your shade toward the sun's path so the shadow stays under your structure longer. Add sidewalls with extra material to block afternoon sun. Create a shade zone, not just a shade spot. Quick safety checklist before we wrap. Don't use anything that could catch fire easily near cooking areas. Materials that might have toxic coatings in extreme heat. Structures that could collapse on people if they're not secure. Do check wind forecast before building elaborate setups. That your shade won't channel water toward your sleeping area if it rains. All knots and ties every few hours in wind. And here's the thing about all of this. The best shade structure is the one you actually build with what you have. I've shown you the techniques, but the real magic is in experimenting. Maybe you've got a broken pallet and some shower curtains. Maybe you find a bunch of umbrellas at a yard sale. Work with your materials, not against them. Try different setups. Fail a few times. Your first structure might look like a drunk spider's web, and that's fine. By your third or fourth, you'll be the shade wizard of your friend group. Final challenge. Next time you're outside and it's hot, look around and ask yourself, what could I build shade from right now? Train that resourcefulness muscle. One day you might actually need it, or you might just impress everyone at the beach. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment telling me the weirdest thing you've ever used to create shade. Subscribe for more practical DIY skills that'll make you way more useful in any situation. Now get out there and build something. The sun's not going to block itself.